My name is Alasdair Bouch. I'm British. I write and sing songs. I work with other artists to help them level up their lyrics, so I'm co-writing lyrics and music with people or writing full songs for people. I would say it's easier, perhaps, for some artists to do it in English because the form is kind of defined by the content. But of course, any language can be musical in a sense. I really believe that. German, Czech, everything. Obviously, the sounds of the words are different, so they hit differently. That can have a rhythmic effect, which is quite different from English, for example, in Czech. Also, the fact that the languages are quite different in how they're spoken makes a huge difference. For example, if a lot of Czech words have the stressed syllable at the beginning of the word, it makes the whole thing sound different. Lyrically speaking, I think, for example, when Czech artists translate idioms from Czech into English, they don't always work. Idioms are very, very figurative often. If we're talking about mistakes, words, because English isn't spoken how it's written. For example, invalid and invalid are written exactly the same, but they sound completely different. So I hear a lot of those mistakes just where people are, or I am present and here's my present is different from I'm presenting a workshop today. So quite often I hear mistakes like that. Obviously, if we're talking about pronunciation, the sound of Czech vowels and consonants are quite different. English has a lot more of these phonemes or sound units than Czech. For example, Czech only has 5 vowel sounds, I believe. So, for example, some of the vowels sounds are different, and Czech people, for example, if they want to say cap, they might say cup, or the other way around. Things like the are very important to nail. We don't want to say de, because that can be quite unfortunate. It actually has kind of an effect that it sounds like you're caricaturing other nations or ethnicities who might say de instead of the. So we have to be very careful how we say things in English. So I definitely say start early. Don't wait to improve or to ask for help, because certainly there's no point really in improving your craft and playing through a song on stage 100 times and then, for example, coming to me and say, hey, what can we do to fix it? Because it's already fixed in their mind. Also, I would say if you're really starting out and you've got a debut, come out of the gate fast. Come out with your best song. Make sure it's really tight. Make sure it's really correct if you're working in English. And start how you start how you mean to continue. I think whatever we think the music industry is going to be now in 5 years, we're probably wrong. Things are happening at such a rate now that we cannot catch up. For example, with AI, I think that's going to have a huge effect. It's already had a massive effect, for example, on Spotify and the number of songs which are being produced, which no longer really have any authorial meaning. If they're generated by a computer, they're going to sound human, and that's only going to get better and better and better. The machine learning is so fast now. But I think we're going to lack some of that sense of what the author really wants to say, which I think is a great pity. If I'm listening to an artist, I want to know what they have to say. That's why I'm listening to them, because they have a unique personality. So certainly we're going to see a lot more AI.